Welcome back, everybody, to a action movie review. This time around, we're going to be talking about Jason Statham's new movie, A Working Man. So this movie is directed by David Ayer, which he's done a ton of action movies. Of course, he's always known for the Suicide Squad, and he did the movie with Jason Statham last year called The Beekeeper, which was a very surprisingly good movie. I really enjoyed that movie. I think him and David Ayer do Jason Statham and David Ayer are very good together. So if they want to collaborate more, I would be happily interested to see what they come up with. This movie was also written by David Ayer and Sylvester Stallone, which I thought was really cool. I've noticed Sylvester Stallone has written a pretty good amount of movies that usually Jason Statham star in. I always like Sylvester Stallone's writing. I always think he's a pretty good writer, so I'm always curious to see what he comes up with. He does a lot of these action thriller movies or whatever that I think they're really well done, so I always really enjoy them. So this movie follows Jason Statham. He works for a construction company. He's like one of the main guys at this construction company. And Michael Pena is his boss, and one weekend his daughter goes missing, and of course Jason Statham is that guy with the past, so they're trying to get he's trying to get him to go find his daughter because she might have been sold into some kind of sex trafficking and you know things like that. So he's trying to recruit him in order to do it because they know that the police will not get involved with it. So it takes him down this road of action and violence and just a really bloody fun good time. So first and foremost, I just want to get this out of the way. This is nothing new in this world whatsoever, but you do not care. You do not give a shit because it's a fun, wild, hell of a ride. And I know a lot of people complain that Jason Statham, he plays the same character in every movie. I know they make the same complaint about Liam Neeson, and I'm here to say I don't care. I don't care because you're in it. You want to see. That's what you go to these movies for. You go to the movies to see Jason Statham beat the shit out of somebody for 90 minutes. And that's exactly what this movie is. It knows that and knows what it is. And you can't beat it. I mean, it does what it lives up to. It gives us what we, the audience, want to see. And I think it's got a really good woven story throughout it. It kind of calls back to those 80s, 90s bare knuckle action movies that were just full of the one-liners and the this one doesn't have as much of those as The Beekeeper did. The Beekeeper had some of those that were, but they landed. Like Jason Statham landed them perfectly, but that's for The Beekeeper. This don't really have many. Like there's one though in particular that did make me laugh. That was the I don't remember. I think it's when one of the guys shakes hands with Jason Statham. He's like, "Your hands." He goes, "You're a working man," and I'm just like, "Yeah, there they are. There it is." This movie, though, what I think is cool about this movie, while yes, there is the action, I think Jason Statham has to do a little bit more detective work in this movie. Like he has to follow certain people, and he has to like kind of stake people out and kind of get involved as somebody else to get in somewhere and pretend to be somebody else. Where in other movies, he's just like, "Fuck it, I'm going in here. I'm ripping these guys a new asshole. I don't care." And this one, yeah, it takes more of a approach of okay, let me try to get to this undercover. Let me get myself in as somebody else to try to get to this person so I can get to this person. And like I said, I don't feel like he's done that much in other movies, and he pulls it off very well in this one. And of course, it leads to some tense sequences and some great action sequences, of course, which I'll get into the action where the action is there's certain now it gets better as it goes, but something where I felt the action in this one was a little bit more on the rough side than The Beekeeper. I feel like with The Beekeeper, I could see a lot more of the action. Now, like I said, it gets better as it goes, but there's a fight scene early on in the movie at the construction site, and I think there's one that follows not too shortly after that. That the way that it's shot, you can't really tell what's going on with it. It's very all that shaky cam stuff and all that, and it's very like real close and like in your face. So you're kind of like, okay, I'm trying to follow what's going on here with this action sequence. And the one later on is the same way. And there's one that's at a club later on that it's so dark. At least for I saw it in the Dolby, so it was so dark that it was kind of hard to tell what was going on because again, it's that real fast, fast paced, shaky cam action, and which doesn't bother me. I know it pisses a lot of people off, and I totally understand. But it's never bothered me. I don't know why. I just feel like if you can do some movies, shaky cam is done better than others, which I know is very odd to say. But yeah, but like I said, by the end of it, you that kind of all goes away. It doesn't last throughout the whole movie. But I felt like, yeah, I'm sure I need to go back and watch The Beekeeper again. I'm sure there was shaky cam and stuff in The Beekeeper, but I don't remember having that issue with it when I watched The Beekeeper. I remember being able to clearly see the action and be really invested in the action. But yeah, there's at least for sure that off the top of my head, there's 3 fight scenes in particular that I'm like, wow, I was like trying really struggled to see what the hell was even going on and to follow what was going on. So, but thankfully, I'm glad it doesn't last the whole movie. Like I said, it's just those three scenes in particular that I remember. But other than that, I mean, the action's done really well. I mean, of course, it's Jason Statham. This dude, he's known for action movies. He's known for these movies, and he's going to get in there. He's going to do the action, and he kicks ass as always. The choreography is good. Jason Statham is like this untouchable god in every movie that he's in, which is fine. Again, we're there to see. That's what we're there to see. So, again, it delivers on that front. This kind of, to me, felt like Jason Statham's version of Taken, which, because of the subject matter and stuff like that, and the fact that he has to do a little bit of this reconnaissance work and stuff like that. So, yeah, it felt like I said, this is nothing new, but who cares? In this case, who cares? So it did feel like his version of Taken, which, I was fine with, because, a lot of people thought that Sylvester Stallone's last Rambo movie, Last Blood, felt like his version of Taken, which totally understand that. This movie's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, a good time. You're there to have fun. You're there to turn your brain off. And this is one of those movies you go to the theater and you just forget about everything else. You're like, I'm here for a damn good time. I'm going to enjoy myself. And that's exactly what you do. Now, this movie has a ton of villains that you're following as well, because one is connected to somebody that's the son of another one that's also connected to this person that leads to this person that's the head of this person that's connected to this person. So you're like, holy shit, dude. You're like, how many people are you going to have after you by the time this movie's over? I know that can be kind of a lot at certain times, because you're like trying to follow, okay, this person's connected to this person's the son of this person that knows this person that's with this. You're like, okay, sure, we'll go with this. But it's again, the villains are nothing special. It's villains that we've seen in these type of movies from the beginning. And again, it's one of the things where you're like, I don't care. I'm on board. I'm for the ride. I want to have fun with it. And that's why I'm here. So it works. It works. I mean, like I said, it's the typical villains that are in these movies that you're like, yeah, these people are bad people. I want to see them get hurt. And yes, I cannot wait to watch Jason Statham beat these people up for 90 minutes because they deserve it. This is one I would 100% recommend checking out at the theater. It's just a damn good time, a lot of fun. This is one of those summer blockbuster movies that you're there to turn your brain off and just have a damn good time with it. Logic be damned. Jason Statham cannot be hurt. That's a thing and all. But again, you don't care. You just want to have fun with it. And you're just there for the ride, and that's exactly what this type of movie's made for. So I would recommend checking it out if you're a big fan of Jason Statham like I am, or if you like any of the movies like Taken or Rambo or The Beekeeper of last year and all that stuff. Like those movies, it's in the same vein, obviously, because The Beekeeper was done by David Ayer, and I would very much like to see more collaborations between these two guys. I think they're very good together. So yeah, definitely go check this movie out if you're a big action buff. Be a good date movie. It's just a really fun time at the theater, so I would recommend it. But thank you, everybody, for checking out this review. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. And if you've seen A Working Man, please comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And please also check out my other 2025 reviews. That would mean a lot to me. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.